Oh, can you hear that? Birds chirping. Okay, so I wanted to show this patch to you. This is a Roselle, or in Tamil we call Pulicha-Keerai or Kasara-Keerai, or in Telugu it's called Gongura. So it is a sour green, and it grows. You keep chopping it up from the top, clip it off, and then it keeps growing, and it has beautiful flowers that come out, and the fruit that is growing out of it, you can actually use it for making tea as well. And these keerais are really wonderful to cook with. So we are going to harvest it today. Today I thought I'll show you how I'm making my Gongura pickle. We saw my huge harvest of these leaves, Gongura leaves that were growing on my farm. So what better way than to make a pickle out of them, because it will last me a long time, and of course because the quantity is large, I thought that's the best way to make it and preserve it as a pickle so I can use it for a long time. So almost a month or so it stays good in the refrigerator, so no worries about that. So we can continue to use it for a while. So this is my Gongura leaves that I have washed it and drained the water completely. So I have actually two bowlfuls. Look at this. This is all I have here. All of them nicely washed and drained. So you see the leaf, how it is. I have just removed the leaf from the stalk, and I have separated them out like this, and then I washed it. So look at this beautiful 5-petaled leaf that is. So this is how I have removed each one. So this is how it is. I've just removed it, and then it's all washed and ready. So for this, there are a few things that in my family I have seen the recipe being used. We need a lot of red chilies, of course, because this is a huge lot of greens that I'm going to convert them into a pickle. The recipe I will put it down for a smaller quantity, that usually people will make. For that quantity, I'll put the recipe in the description. But for now, I'm going to make a large quantity, so I'm just going to show the ingredients that I'm going to be using, and my ingredients will be a little more than what is required for a smaller quantity. So the recipe you can just check it later, but for now I'm just going to share the ingredients. So I'm going to take about 25 to 30 red chilies that I'm using for this. I'll be using fenugreek. I'm almost taking a tablespoon of fenugreek, a tablespoon of mustard seeds, 2 teaspoons of cumin, jeera, a quarter cup almost of coriander seeds, dhania that I'm using, whole dhania, and another quarter cup of urad dal, right? So this is what I'm using, and of course tamarind, like a golf ball size of tamarind I'm using for this. And though this is sour, the red variety is supposed to be very sour, and you may have to even skip the tamarind, but for the green variety you might need to add a little bit of tamarind to it. And we use gingelly oil. That's what gives the authentic flavor to this particular recipe. But of course, if you don't have it, you can use whatever oil you are using. But this is basically for the authenticity of the recipe and to have that peculiar taste. So I think we are clear with the ingredients. What I am going to do is dry roast all of these ingredients, all that I have showed, right? Urad dal, coriander seeds, methi seeds, fenugreek, mustard seeds, cumin or jeera. This is something that I will dry roast it and keep it aside for it to just dry roast it till it is just turning the color a little golden brown, but do not burn it, so that that leave it aside. And then little bit of oil, gingery oil, and I'm going to roast these red chilies in the oil. And once I remove that, in that another pan I'm going to just saute these leaves. So the minute we saute the leaves, they'll start becoming nice and mushy. You don't even need to add any water to it. And remember that this is a pickle and we want to remove any kind of moisture in it. So when you are sauteing it, try to make it very dry and it's all done. Do not add any water to it. It will automatically become mushy, so that will be enough for it. So once that is done, it's nice and mushy, then keep it aside, let it cool. So all the ingredients cools down. We grind all this powder stuff together, and with that we grind our sauteed greens also, and add enough salt, mix it well. And we actually add another ingredient, that is the garlic. I think I did not bring it here, I missed showing you. That is something that we added in the final tadka. Crushed garlic, whole garlic. You can add some curry leaves if you want, some mustard seeds, and then do a nice tadka finally after the paste is all ready, the chutney is all ready. So that's how we prepare. Let's go to the kitchen and see how we do it. Hi, we are in the kitchen, and I'll show you how I'm going to dry roast all the spices that I showed you, and then we will saute the greens. So first we will see the dry roasting of our spices. So let me bring you closer. Okay. So I'm just adding my Urad dal first. It's always a little better to go with the what goes first and what goes second, because the dal varieties will take a little bit longer for it to roast. So usually some of them are very particular. They'll roast each ingredient separately. Here I don't do that. A little bit lazy, I would say. So I just make sure that I add the ingredients in the right sequence, so that I don't have to do this multiple roasting processes. So what I do is I first add the urad, because that's what takes the most time, and in that order. So this is roasting well. I hope you're able to have some light here. Okay, so I just see that it is just turning color. It's not even golden, it's just starting. So I'm now going to add my fenugreek. That's again a little hardy seed, so I'm going to add that and keep roasting it for a while. Nice aroma has started coming. The urad dal roasting, beautiful aroma. So reduce your flame so that it doesn't burn, because we don't want that to happen. It has to roast in a very low flame, slowly. Now the next is the dhania or coriander seeds. We'll add that next, and subsequently I'll add the other two, the mustard and the cumin as well. What a beautiful fragrance. You should be here to smell that. Nice mix of spices. Now cumin goes in, and followed by the mustard seeds. Just roasting it all up. You might feel that this quantity is too much, because it looks like a huge quantity for the greens, but you have to see, I haven't measured this out. It's probably around 20-30 cups of greens. It's a whole lot of greens, so I need all the spices to go in. I think almost done. So it takes about 5 to 6 minutes for it to come together. I'll show you now. There. So it's all nice and golden brown. Not brown, but golden brown. So I think this is absolutely fine. Now I'm going to take it and keep it out for it to cool down. because it needs to cool down before you grind it. You should never grind it when it is hot. It needs to cool down. I can actually hear the crackling of the mustard seeds already. So all done. So I'm going to switch off the stove now and see how we roast the red chilies. I'm just transferring this into a plate so it can cool down. And in the same pan, I'll just add a little bit of oil and roast my red chilies. So just a little bit of oil, not too much. Or like probably a teaspoon of oil. Yeah. So because the pan is already hot, I think I can just drop in my red chilies. So about a minute or two hardly start coming together, and then we will take it out. I'm going to remove this off now and go to this bigger pan to start sauteing my greens. And I've kept everything out for cooling, my masalas, dry masalas and the red chili, and I've kept a bigger pan for to hold my greens. You saw how a whole lot of greens I have, right? So I need a bigger pan. So I'm just going to add a little bit of oil. Again, just a little bit, maybe 1 teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of oil, and I'm going to start adding my greens in it. It's all washed and ready to be dropped in. So though it looks a lot, it just shrinks and becomes a tiny bunch. I'll take some more of this. That looks as if it's almost full and it's overflowing. And slowly you will see it will reduce, the quantity reduces. If you cook greens, you know that about the greens. They just shrivel up and shrink. So I'm just going to keep turning it a little bit. You see the color will change, it will become a dark green. It won't have this bright green color anymore. So I'm just going to keep this flame in low and continue just moving it around gently to bring the lower half on top and the upper half to the bottom so they can get evenly heated. You can see how the color has changed already, right? It's all wilting. So I think it will take us a very small amount of time, hardly 5 minutes, for all this to come together. I will be adding a little bit of tamarind once it reduces a bit, and of course lots and lots of garlic. That's how we like it. It's up to you to add the garlic or you can skip it, but this adds a lot of flavor to the Gongura pickle. So this will go in at the end after we finish all the steps. So I'm going to quietly sit and peel my garlic because I need lots of them. Look at the color. I want to show you the color, the change of color. Can you see how it is changing? Almost brown in color or wilting. Look at the greens and how they change into this brown. Right? Slowly I'm going to make sure that it comes all together. Add my tamarind to it and then show you how it's reduced. To show you now how it's wilted. Look at this. Look at this amount, it's become so little now. So that's it. Almost done. I'm going to switch off the stove now and let it cool down and then grind it all together. So I have ground all the masalas. I have ground the greens also, and would you believe it if I show you the quantity of greens now? That's it. Okay, such huge big basket of greens, and this is all I got. So that's how it is. It just reduces down to this much, and I've ground the masala here. As you can see, this is the ground masala, all the dry ground masala that I'm having here. I have ground my red chilli as well. You see this? Right. So this is all ready. And I've also peeled and crushed my garlic. I wasn't kidding when I said we love our garlic, right? So lots of garlic. Now I'm just going to heat my kadai here and add lots of gingelly oil, about, let's say, quarter cup. Yeah, because this is a pickle, so a little bit extra goes a long way and it helps in keeping it good and preserving it for longer. So I'll just add a little bit of mustard seeds for my seasoning. And then in goes the garlic and all the other items. Teaspoon of mustard and urad is what we usually do the tadka with. So once that comes together, we'll add our greens, our garlic, mustard are spluttering, trying to drop in the garlic. Reduce the flame, don't let the garlic burn, just till a nice garlicky flavor and aroma emanates. That's it. I'm going to drop in my greens now. Just turn it quickly, spread it across, and now I will add all my ground masalas. See, what another way of doing it is grinding the masala and the greens together. That's another wonderful way to incorporate everything well. But because the greens, I had a lot of quantity, I did not do that. But you can actually do that. You can go ahead and grind your greens and the masalas and the red chilli, all of them together in a mixie jar together. That way you will have it all incorporated and ready to go. Waiting with the chili a little bit because there's a lot of quantity and I don't want it to become too spicy. Now I'll add about 2 teaspoons of salt because it's a pickle and there's a lot of tanginess going on. So to balance the tanginess we need a lot of spice and a lot of salt as well. So though it looks like there is a lot of chili and there's a lot of salt in it, it won't. It will all balance out because the leaves are really sour and it requires all this to balance it out. So I'm going to keep stirring a little while to get all this incorporated together, And then we'll switch it off and cool it and put it in a jar. Look at that, can you see? You see the white garlic flakes, the red chili flakes. Yeah. So I'll keep sauteing it for just a little while till it combines together, and then cool it and put it in a dry glass jar or a stainless steel container and keep it in my refrigerator. It's all cooled down now, and I'm going to transfer it into this container of mine. Make sure that you transfer into a dry container so that there is no moisture in it to spoil the pickle. So just transfer it, and you can add a little extra sesame oil on top just to cut off the air supply and to prevent it from spoiling. But it will last you more than a month easily, and in the refrigerator even more, so you don't have to worry about that. The more the sesame oil flavor, the better it tastes. So that's it. I'm all set for a month or two of Gongura pickle. Simple recipe, and look at that, a big chunk of pickle that will last me a long time. Do try it and see how you like it.